Hi, my name is Ellie. I am one half of Just Souls, and today this is 3 minutes all about the Duhallow Way. The Duhallow Way is a 68-kilometre linear trail. We walked it over 2.5 days, starting in Bweeng and heading southwards into the Boggeragh Mountains. It was our 17th trail when walking all 42 of Ireland's National Waymark trails. The Duhallow Way is the second half of the Blackwater Way. The first half is the Accommodation Way, which we finished in Bweeng in the early evening. Arriving into Bweeng, we immediately started the Duhallow Way. That evening we walked late into the night from Bweeng through a large section of commercial forestry. We walked a lot that night as there was a motor race crossing this trail the next day that we were trying to outstrip. We started our second day at 6 a.m. It had been raining for a couple of days and both we and all of our gear were soaking wet. That day we made it to the far side of the forestry by about 10 a.m. and then spent most of the afternoon walking along roads until we arrived into the town of Mill Street. That night we stayed in the Wallace Arms, a local pub with some really nice accommodation above it. The next day of walking was amazing. It was completely off trail across the Boggeragh Mountains. Of course, it still hadn't stopped raining, but the walking and the views were so spectacular that it didn't really matter anymore. We came to Loch Mirta, a small lake hidden in the corner of a mountainside, and it was one of the most magical lakes I've ever seen. Continuing on, there was a steep descent to a valley floor that brought us down at such an angle I'm almost willing to call it a cliff. I'm not sure what came first, the trail that we clambered down or the stream that flowed across it. But whichever way it was, they were both one now. Once down, we forded a river, which meant we were now officially in Kerry. The rest of the afternoon was spent crossing untamed bog and open mountainside. The end point of this trail is not a town or village, so we'd arranged for my family to come out and meet us, and then give us a lift out of this middle of nowhere. As a whole, the Blackwater Way offers incredible variety. The Accommodation Way has fantastic forest walking along trails, and the Duhallow Way throws you into the wilds and wet. I'd recommend this trail for people who are comfortable on mountainsides where trails are not always obvious. We wore hiking boots for this trail and would recommend them mostly for if the weather turns wet while you're on the slopes of the mountains. It's important to be prepared for wet weather in Ireland, no matter what time of year you're hiking at, as our weather changes fast and often. As I already mentioned, there's accommodation available in Mill Street, and if you're looking for public transport options, there are buses to Bweeng and Mill Street. For more information on all this, as well as our full-length blog, video and our free maps, please check the description, we'll link everything there. As always, these videos are brought to you by the wonderful people who support us on Patreon. Thanks to their support, we're able to keep making these videos. This week, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Terry Rogers, Colin Wishker and Bruce Bile. Your support is what keeps this channel going, so thank you so much, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in our next video.
Yeah, so the